Hello everybody, 1981 is upon us, and how many days is that? Oh, I've lost count. I'm sure it'll be on the title of this video. Anyway, so what happened in 1981? You gotta speed it up, and then you gotta slow it. One of the biggest news of the years was Peter Sutcliffe, also known as the Yorkshire Ripper, was arrested and later tried and convicted of the murder of 13 women. So BBC Two's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy TV show was aired for the first time, and that was one of my favourite TV shows of that year, or indeed ever. The film was not as good, I'll put it that way. Prince Charles got engaged to the 19-year-old Diana Spencer. The wedding happened later that year. Whole big hullabaloo. In more interesting news, Tom Baker ended his tenure as the Doctor. He regenerated into Peter Davison that year in the story Logopolis. The story was called Logopolis, and I do remember seeing that as well. That's the first time I saw the Doctor regenerate, and I didn't know I could do this until I saw that, but yeah. Bucks Fizz won the Eurovision Song Contest with Making Your Mind Up. The first London Marathon happened that year. Don't remember who won. Didn't check. In the UK, the first case of AIDS was identified that year. The DeLorean motor car was released that year. Since Mr. DeLorean managed to persuade Margaret Thatcher's government to give him a shed load of money to open his factory, and then totally failed to get the job properly done. Made some cars, but that's about it. So amongst the celebrities who passed away that year, we had Bob Marley, Natalie Wood, Bill Haley, him of Bill Haley and the Comets, Adele Astaire, who was... This was an interesting one for me because I had a quick look of her bio, and she was married to the son of, the son of the 9th Duke of Devonshire. And the Devonshires are... I'm not very familiar with them, but we have had them as customers in the shop where I work here in Yelpy. Also, a name that amused me, if for no other reason than Blessed Manuela de Jesus Arias Espinosa. So, you know, I just had, you know, the Blessed Mariana, the Blessed Manuela, you know. We ask it, you know, what's my pronoun? Oh, blessed. Yeah, so my pronoun is Musei, or it will be soon, I hope. So born that year. The list is a bit longer than I'd like, but I'll get through it as quickly as possible. So born that year, amongst the celebrities that were born that year, I really should say that for their birth and death, but anyway. Amongst the celebrities that were born that year were Sheridan Smith, Hannah Spirit of S Club 7, Natasha Bedingfield, Elijah Wood, Justin Timberlake, Tom Hiddleston, who I know as Loki, Paris Hilton, Hayden Christian, and Natalie Portman. You'll remember them in Star Wars episodes 2 and 3. Jessica Alba, Craig David, Rami Malek. Those of you who've watched or are fans of Mr. Robot will know who that is. Chris Evans, the Captain America guy. Summer Glau, who I've almost but not quite met. But anyway, here's a picture I took at a convention some years back. Fernando Alonso, the two-time Formula 1 champion. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Yeah. So she was born that year, born the same year that her father-in-law got married. Beyonce, Alexis Bledel of what was once my favourite television show a few years back. Haven't seen it since then. What's it called? I'll probably write it down here, you know, across my face or somewhere. Britney Spears and Azura Sky. I wasn't familiar with the name, but when I saw the face, I said, yeah, I know that girl, yeah. She scared the hell out of me in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Well, certainly got me worried. Anyway, that may have been the year when I found Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album at the record library. Because I remember when I brought that home, you know, showed my sister, look what I found in the library. I said, oh, great. So we put it on, played it. We could still sing along to sides 3 and 4. Sides 1 and 2 were new to me, but I was not disappointed. I've got that album. I liked it so much I bought it 3 times actually. Yeah, I tried to buy it on vinyl, but when I could find it on vinyl, because it comes in a triple gatefold like this, but it wasn't available like that eventually I found it second hand in a record shop in Bradford, second-hand record shop in Bradford, and I bought it. And then I found the CD, which is here somewhere. Oh, here it is. And then I found it again in a second-hand shop. I wasn't going to buy it, but when I looked at the discs, I saw this, and I said, "Yeah, I'm having that." Now I'll clarify right now that I'm not sure if this event actually did happen in 1981, but it's close enough. So I think that's the year that I spent 4 days in hospital for. Quick story. So it's a Friday. I'm at home at the flat. Dad's in the kitchen doing something. Mum and Sarah have gone to get fish and chips because it's Friday. You eat fish and chips. So I'm sitting close to the TV and I'm watching Monkey. Which at the time was one of my favourite TV shows. So this would be about 6:15, something like that. Then something really weird started happening to me. My eyes started doing this. I was like, and then when they got to the edge, well, I couldn't go any further. I started pushing my head around, and then next thing I remember, so I'm groggy and passed out. I didn't know what was going on. My mum and Sarah had come back from the fish and chip shop, and then I spent 4 days in hospital while they did some checks and prodding, wondering what happened to me. So basically, I'd had my first epileptic fit, and yeah, it's quite traumatic. It was quite traumatic at the time, and yeah, I had a few tests. Later on that year, went to see a specialist in Leeds. They put probes all over my head, flashlights in front of my face, and eventually came up with a diagnosis that I do have photosensitive epilepsy. And that the doctor also said that if I felt a seizure coming on, I should close one eye, and that may stop it. And it did work, actually. I remember one time, I'm at home, I think it was probably a Sunday afternoon, and Sarah's best friend was there, Caroline. I felt a seizure coming on and I didn't know what to do. I run out the room and almost panicking. I thought if I splash water in my face, maybe that would stop it. And then I remembered, close one eye. So I closed one eye and it just suddenly stopped. Just like that. So like, stop. So basically the shaking, the jitters just stopped suddenly, and that was a bit of a revelation. Because unfortunately, I don't actually feel seizure coming on. It's been a long time since I've had a seizure, and the photosensitivity has died down. Apparently you grow out of that, according to another doctor I spoke to about this thing. So yeah, so that was the probably the low light of my year. So I was 13 that year, and tried to look ahead and not back to the rather disappointing year that I had. But I did find the Elton John record, so that was a good thing.